This is a day of celebration. Good news. This newborn Savior is not only meant for the Jews, represented by the shepherds who first came, but also the Savior of the world for the Gentile nations, represented by the Magi. The Magi come bringing gifts to Jesus, and they're accepted among this holy family as true seekers and true believers in Jesus. But the mixture of joy includes some sad news or some odd news, because added to the joyful news and the gifts of gold and frankincense is also the gift of myrrh. Myrrh is a rather odd gift. In the excitement of the first reading today, we hear of 3 countries being mentioned and only 2 gifts. Caravans of camels shall fill Jerusalem, dromedaries from Midian and Ephah and from Sheba shall come bearing gold and frankincense and proclaiming the praises of the Lord. Why isn't myrrh mentioned? The word myrrh comes from an Arabic term meaning bitter, and the most common historical use for it was its aromatic properties. It was traditionally seen as a symbol of suffering and was burned at the time of funerals and sad events. It was also used for embalming among the Egyptians from 5000 BC. And this idea carried into Christian times, including into the 4th verse of today's opening hymn, if you're paying attention, not just counting the number of verses we are singing. Myrrh is mine, its bitter perfume breathes a life of gathering gloom, sorrowing, sighing, bleeding, dying, sealed in the cold stone tomb. Oh my heavens! Myrrh is a very odd gift. No wonder it wasn't included in the prophecy, because it would be a major downer. The stress of Christmas shopping is over. Isn't that nice? That, wondering, what am I going to get this person? I don't really know. And should I get money? Oh, I'm going to get gift certificates. Script. So it's kind of like money, but it's somewhat personalized. There are some gift givings that are easy to give. And a classic example are gifts for baby showers. You can't go wrong. Diapers and nooks and onesies and toys and clothes, all these things. Besides that, when it comes to a baby, she's not going to be worried about the color. I don't look good in green. A boy's not going to be like, I don't want that. I don't want to look like a stupid baby. You can't go wrong when it comes to baby showers. But imagine at a baby shower giving a gift certificate to a local funeral home. Are you kidding? Hey, it's for a full-size coffin. I'm not saying anything bad's going to happen. Just tuck that away, put it in a safe. It'll be used someday. Be like, well, that's really odd. And so it is a little odd that myrrh was given as a gift at this baby shower. And Christians see it, and it's very likely that Joseph and Mary may have noticed it as well. Gold is a gift for a king. Jesus is the King of Kings. Frankincense is used in temple worship. Jesus is the high priest, and he is the Son of God. Myrrh is used as a spice for burial. Jesus is a man, and he will die. In fact, he will offer himself as the victim, as the perfect sacrifice for our salvation. In John chapter 19, Joseph of Arimathea asked Pilate if he could remove the body of Jesus, and Pilate permitted it. So he came and took his body. Nicodemus also came bringing a mixture of myrrh and aloes, weighing about 100 pounds. They took the body of Jesus and bound it with burial cloths along with the spices, according to the Jewish burial custom. Myrrh is an odd gift, but not so odd. Even on this day of celebration, we recognize that there is a little bit of sadness mixed in. And so also, should we really be surprised when we live for Jesus Christ as our light, if it isn't always easy? Yes, we are supposed to be marked with joy and inner peace and happiness. But there are always going to be struggles and challenges that are going to stretch us, where we have to die to self. And we should be embracing, not just enduring, but embracing these, especially when the occasions have to do with fulfilling our vocations in life. Let us live for the one who lived and died for us. But let us also not focus just on the myrrh, on the bitterness that can be part of a walk with Jesus Christ. Because the other two gifts were gold and frankincense. And part of walking with Jesus Christ includes the glory of the resurrection.